Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a couple knots here that I use on a daily basis when I'm on the water. The first one is going to be the uni to uni knot. I'm going to be demonstrating this with some Power Pro line. The blue is 80 pound, and the white is actually a kite string material that Power Pro makes called Hollow Ace. It's actually not kite string. This is stuff that you can use, that you can do different transition knots with, but these are the two I'm using today just to show you. Again, this is a 300-yard spool of 80 pound test blue super slick Power Pro. This stuff is amazing. This is my favorite braid on the market right now. Super slick Power Pro is awesome. But I'm going to cut a couple lengths of it off here and I'm going to show you. Alright, we have two strand lengths cut out of Power Pro here. Let's pretend the blue is coming from our line, so this is coming from our reel, so this is going to be our braid coming from our main reel. And the white, we'll pretend this is a mono or fluorocarbon. We're going to tie this on as a leader. This first knot I'm going to show you is the uni to uni knot. It's a really good knot for tying, backing onto your regular spool of line, and also tying leaders on. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to match these things up. Again, the white's coming from your lure. This is going to be the mono or fluorocarbon leader, and here is your main line coming from your reel. So match them up just like this. Have about 3 to 4 inches overlapping each other, and then you're going to have to create a loop. So notice that I have the tag ends on both sides here. I have the mono or the fluorocarbon tag end and the braid tag end. What you're going to do is you're going to pinch right here in the center, and you're going to make a loop with whatever line that you're trying to attach. You're going to do this on both sides. So you have this loop, this tag end. So you're going to take this tag end and you're going to loop it around this white mono. I use 4 wraps. So we're going to wrap it 1, 2, 3, and then one more. We're going to say 4 there. So now you notice that there is 4 little wraps. So notice you have 4 wraps and then the tag end coming through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pull this. And guys, normally you would, you're going to lubricate this with some water or saliva or something so it doesn't burn your line. That's one of the biggest things that I see people doing wrong, is not lubricating this line with some kind of water, either from the lake or water you're fishing, or saliva, either one. So we're going to pull on that really tight. So now we have one side of the uni knot done. So here's one side of it. So we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to flip the line over and do it with the white side of things. So the mono here. So we're going to do the exact same thing with this white. You're going to flip it around to make a loop, just like this, pinching here, and then you're going to take this tag end and you're going to go through that loop and around the braid. Again, I usually use 4 wraps, so there's 3 and one last one. 3 is probably good enough. However, if 3 is good enough, 4 will not hurt it at all. And you could do, I wouldn't go crazy with it, because again, you're going to get too much. There's 4 wraps there. So notice that you have that really nice thing there. So you're going to pull on this line, and it's going to create a cinch down upon itself. Sorry that it just went out of focus there on the camera. I have it on autofocus. And then what you're going to do is, again, you're going to lubricate this area really well with water or saliva, whatever you choose. And then you're going to pull on both tag ends, and the lines will come together. And again, make sure you're lubricating that really well, because if not, you're going to cause friction. It's going to burn the line in two, especially when you're talking about braid on fluorocarbon. So you're just going to pull really tightly, and that's going to cinch it up. You can, again, grab the tag lines and pull them really tight, and then once you get them tight and you're pulling really hard on both sides here, you're going to cut both of these tag ends off. So you're going to take this tag end, you're going to cut it really, really close to the main knot, as close as you can. It's not going to slip because it's cinching down on itself. So cut that tag line off there, and then flip it on the other side and cut this tag line right here off. Again, keep it as close to the knot as possible. You don't want a big frayed end there, because 1, it's going to get caught in your guides going out, and it also will get caught in your reel and cause a bunch of stuff that you don't want to see happen. So again, that's the uni to uni knot. I use that a lot when I'm tying braid to a leader material, and I also use it to go from my backing material onto my braid. Guys, if you're not using braid or a backer, you know, a cheap line, some kind of mono or something on the back side of your braid, it's not good. Make sure you're using a backer. So this knot will be good for go from your backing line to your main braid. And then again, I use a leader on my braid as well. So I use, my favorite thing right now is High Vis Yellow Power Pro 30 pounds, special on spinning rods. But it gives me the opportunity to have that clear fluorocarbon line. So that there is the uni to uni knot. So I'm going to show you the old way that I used to tie baits, which is the Berkeley trilene knot or whatever it is. You're going to put your line through the eyelet here. You're going to wrap the line around the tag line around the main line 4, 5, 6 times. Again, 4, 5, 6 times, and you're going to put it through the loop that it was created here by the eyelet. And then you're going to put it back through the little loop here that you've created with your fingers here. The loop here. You're going to put it back through here. And then you're going to cinch it tight. Again, you're going to lubricate this really well. But my biggest deal was I was having some issues with my line breaking. And one, I got a spool of line from a company. It wasn't Power Pro. It was a fluorocarbon company that was 2 years old, and something was up with it. You set the hook and it would break. It was super brittle. That had a lot to do with it. But I was talking to Drew Sadler from Shimano, and he taught me the double San Diego jam knot. So I'm going to teach that to you right here really quickly. So what you're going to do is you're going to double up the line here, just like you would for like a Palomar knot or whatever, and then you're going to put it through the eye of the bait that you're wanting to tie here. So you're going to drag it out. You know, it takes quite a bit of line here to get used to how to tying this line or this knot, and then once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So you're going to wrap it around your finger, and then when you wrap it around your finger, you're going to wrap it around itself down towards the eyelet. So you're going to continue wrapping 2, 3, 4 wraps, and then you're going to put it through the eyelet or the gap created by the eye there. Again, make sure you don't lose grip up here because you're going to need that loop as well. So I'm going to put that back through there so you can see that I'm putting it back through the center there that's created by the first loop. And then I'm going to put it back up, and I'm going to put it through the loop that you created with your finger there. And again, so I'm going to pull on this really tight to make it cinch down, but I'm going to do it one more time so you can see it. Like I said, it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's one of my favorite knots. It has a lot more strength than most knots because you got double strands of line everywhere. So again, I'm going to double my line. So I have a piece of 80-pound Power Pro. Obviously, guys, I don't use 80-pound Power Pros, just for a demonstration, something you guys could see. So I have this doubled up coming from my rod. So I'm going to double it up, and I'm going to put it through the eyelet on the lure that I'm using. So I'm going to drag it out a little bit here, and then I'm going to wrap this tag line around my finger, and that allows me to hold on to it here. You don't want to release it here. That's going to, you know, it helps you out in the long run at the end of it. So then you're going to take the tag end and you're going to wrap it around the loop that you just created 3 or 4 times. I'm going to do 3 because I'm running out of room right here. And then what will happen is you have this loop right here. So you're going to put it through the loop by the eyelet there, and then back up through this loop that you're still holding on to here. So now you can see right here's the loop that I created when I wrapped it around my finger, and then I'm going to put it back through there. And again, so what you're going to do is you're going to cinch this thing down, and again, you can see it here if my camera will focus in there. It's really a really good knot, and again, you're going to want to pull on this tag line to cinch it down on your bait. So again, what it's going to do, it has multiple lines pulling that's cinched down on that. So what you're going to have is you're going to have 2 tag ends here. When you cut that, you're gonna have 2 little tag ends. And obviously you're gonna have to cut this tag end up here that's not your main line. So you're really gonna have 3 tag ends down here once you get it done. Sometimes if you don't do it correctly, it looks like crap because you know, I've done that several times. But with this knot, I've had better success rates as far as setting the hook on fish and not actually breaking my line. So the 2 knots we just showed you there are the uni to uni. We're using those for braid to mono, and also mono to braid on the backing side of things, putting on a reel. And again, this is the way that I attach my lures to my line anymore.